Hi there, how are you all doing? Welcome to Maths Bridge. Thanks for joining with us in exploring web development. Having a web development skill set means equipped with full stack skills. Full stack means which includes both front end and back end. Front end at client side, back end at server side. We are now exploring front end technology is known as HTML. Okay, currently we are looking at HTML tags. Let's get into today's session. We are very happy and most exciting to inform you all my happy learners and first time visitors. Our Mathspace knowledge corpus is get growing day by day. Please do visit us our YouTube channel Mathspace www.youtube.com at Mathspace. Sure thing is some takeaway as far as knowledge concern. Okay. Please do subscribe the channel and support us. Please drop a message. We'll get back. Here is our today's learning agenda. List tags are used to create a list of items on a web page. On a web page, if you are trying to display a list, that is where you are using list tags. What is meant by list? Let's say for instance all the course offered by that university details. List of all the courses offered by the university. You can do that like engineering branches like computer science, electronics, electrical, mechanical, civil, that's again a list. So are the programming languages like Python, HTML, CSS, correct? These are all called as a list. So if you would want to display these lists on the web page, then you require HTML tags, right? These are called as a list tags in HTML to display list of items on a web page. So list help structure content in organized, readable and accessible format. Here are the list tags. UL means unordered list. OL means ordered list. LI means list item. DL means description list. DT means description list term, the term which we use in description list. DD means description of that particular term. So you use like these three together. You use UL and LI or OL and LI. That's a combination. Okay. So typically three types of tag formats what we use. Let's look at ordered list. What is meant by ordered list? An ordered list displays the items in specific order. The name implied meaning, right? Typically numbered or alphabetized. Okay, here is the sample, the HTML code which I have written. You can take a look at. So here is my concentration. So LI is a list. So item 1, item 2, item 3 are basically a list. For a list, I enclosed with OL. OL means ordered list. O stands for ordered, L stands for list, ordered list. When we do that, what happens? How it actually gonna display? This displays something like this. 1, 2, 3 because we put a OL. Okay, how do you get like a 1, 2, 3 values? 1, 2, 3 values by default, default supported value is like a numbers. If you don't specify anything as a the property, right, for the OL means like an attribute to the tag OL, then it takes a number as a default. That's what you are saying this one. If you want to change instead of number, let's say you are going to use like an uppercase alphabets, put a type equal to A, then you will start using like a cap uppercase ABC for your order. Do you get it? So you have other values also. A means like an uppercase letter, small a means lowercase letter, I means uppercase Roman numerals, small I means lowercase Roman numeral. So that's why, like, these are all variants that you can use to create a order list on web page. Now let's look at unordered list. So unordered list, but because you don't really want to specify order for the list that you are going to display. Agree? So an unordered list displays an item with bullets, no particular order. Let's, for example, I have listed here the programming languages: Python, Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, Gen AI, LLM, right? So any order that I can, list it, right? There is no specific order in which I can do this. So those kind of things I have to enclose it by UL tag. UL means unordered list. So this is how it displays on web page. Okay, make a note. No specific attributes that we use for unordered list, but you can use CSS to style the bullet points or change their appearances. That in a way you can do for all, right? Description list, also known as a definition list, which is used for items with a title corresponding description. Let me get you example. Do you see my screen? This is called a description list. Means I have a title, is also known as a term, and then there is a description for it. HTML means a markup language for creating a web pages. CSS means a style sheet language for designing web pages. So if you would want to display something like this, then you should go for description HTML tag list. Okay, so let's see this example. Okay, so in description list we use three tags: DL, DT and DD. DL means description list, right? That's kind of a root element for this section, within which I use like a DT and a DD. DT means a term. Okay, it defines a term or title. DD means description or the details. You put a DT, this is how it appears. DT appears like this way. Get it? This is how description list can be used to display titles and descriptions, corresponding description on web page. Let's quickly look at a demo. So first thing that we spoke about, list. Here is the list. Okay, so means like all the list of items are enclosed with a list tag which is called li. Okay, starting of the tag, ending of the tag. So how it appears on a web page if you display. Here you go. Great. Now what we are discussing about is like an ordered list. If at all this list should be unordered, means like you are specifying the order. So how do you make up your HTML code so that it will appears on the web page in order way? Okay, first let quickly here run this example and then we will go inside. Here you go. Do you see this one? Order list. This 1, 2, 3, right? This is kind of an order list. So default what it says is like a numbers. 1, 2, 3 is number. Okay, item 1 is always at first place, item 2 is always at second place, item 3 is always third place. If you would want to specify something like this, then you should go for order list. So is it always like a numbers I should start with? No, you can use uppercase letters like A and B, or you can use like a number starts from 5, right? I mean any number other than 1 can also be your starting number. So that order also you can specify, or you can do like printing the items in the reverse order. That option is there, right? So one best example is like when you are executing a test procedure, definitely step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? These procedures should be followed as the in the same way that it defines it. So that means like it is order list. Likewise, you can think of what are all things can come under order. Okay, now let's go back to the code. So what we did is that OL is means order list, and then this list of items are enclosed with OL. This is what I think order list means. And then since I am not apply any properties to OL, right, key value pair attribute I meant to say, then it by default it is considered as a number. That's what I'm saying. If I would wanted to actually make it instead of 1 2 3 numbers, uppercase A B C, then this is what you have to use it. You still can use lowercase also. Yeah, that should also be happening. Let me see if I can make it this down, copy paste, and then put a small a here, right? Then you can save and then open. Do you see small a small b? So these things can be doable. Next thing what we spoke about is item list can start from number 5. So yes, start equal to 5 is what you can give. Automatically it will readjust. Same thing we have seen here. Okay. So what is the other example? Reverse order. Great. So this is the reverse order. You put a reversed, then automatically list will be reversed. Okay, I'm giving an example where we have to use order list, because in the test procedures you have to perform certain things in certain order, right? That's why a specific order, the way in which we specified in the test procedure, should be followed. So execute test procedure as list below. Alright, so now let's look at an unordered list. It's very simple. Wherever you are not required to use like order specification, then that means like unordered list. Like I gave an example here is like programming languages list. There is no specific order, right? So just like a the list that I wanted to just display on the web console. So if you really look at this is how let me run this again. Great. See now this is called unordered list, but this is how I think it appears on the screen. Now let's look at one more example, description list, which we spoke just now. Description list basically in order you to actually define term and then description. That's what you use description list. If I can open, here you go, right? You can now think the grocery and all glossary, I mean you can use this abbreviation forms, you're right. Now let's look at this one. Oh great, the first problem I see, color coding was changed here, right? If you can see here, I think there is a different colored text that I'm seeing as in my screen, but here look like something is gone. If I can run this, what happens? Do you think like you will be able to run it? No. Do you know why? Any guess, guys? Yeah, there is a typo in it. Do you see this one? HTML all items tags dot HTML is missing. So go and rename this one. Rename it. Great. See, automatically all things will appear as you wish to see them. Very good, very good. Now if you run it, you could see them beautifully. Alright, so this is what actually today's topic. So what we discussed is list that we use in HTML called as a list tags, which we use in HTML to display a list on web page. The list can be ordered list, unordered list, or description list. You could actually try build your web pages using list. There is many use cases that you can think of. Okay, good luck. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on bell icon and leave the comments. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to upcoming sessions.